Welcome back to Live at the Hive. I'm your host, Janice Jokkel, and I am super pumped for our next guest. He is absolutely the giver of all givers. One person that I have to say that the wisdom that he offers and the guidance he gives is unparalleled in the marketplace. But more importantly, his heart exceeds what he does for a living. So, welcome to the show, Ryan.
Thank you. I don't know if I can live up to those words, but that was very kind. Appreciate that.
Well, I know Ryan from our journey together, and that's how I met him, is through Leadership Medina.
That's correct.
We walked that journey for 9 months, and it was the best decision I ever made. I don't know about you.
I can't say enough good things. As a matter of fact, I'm on the selection committee for it, so yeah.
Good, I'm glad, and we get to earn their business every day because serving them. So kudos to Leadership Medina, lifelong friends happen. I always ask my guests, what do you do?
So I am a wealth management advisor, and I own my own firm, the Carlson Financial Group.
Okay, good. And what does that mean?
I think you probably know, but part of my job is psychiatrist. But more importantly, our typical clients are business owners that we help through the journey of knowing how and when to tap into and exit out of businesses and managing their wealth, looking out for risks that they might not have realized are there. So we try to take into account things like taxes and legal issues that they may run into. And what we do is we aren't accountants or attorneys, but we identify those risks and then refer them to the proper sources. And if they have wealth that they need managed, well, we're expert people that manage portfolios.
And you managed mine, so I trust you with my money. So it's a trusted man. My whole motto is trust first. So what do you feel that is going to be your legacy that you're going to leave behind?
Ooh, that's a profound question. I don't know for sure. I'm sure that there'll probably be a few people that'll have different things to say, but I hope the majority of people will say maybe what you were kind enough to say at the beginning, that I did more to help other people than I took from other people.
Yeah. And Ryan, that's what I see in you, is you are on so many boards, and you are not the person that is trying to build your resume or get business out of those people. You are authentic in your giving in every one of those organizations. And it ripples throughout the whole community. And so that's the thing that I see in you, knowing you for so long, is that's the thing that if I want to say when I grow up, I want to be like Ryan Carlson. No. But, it takes a unique person to be able to put themselves out, to be on a board, but more importantly, to take over. You and I kind of had that same journey with United Way, and I had with Project Learn, right? We walked into a position that we weren't expecting, and then have to run a nonprofit and run our business simultaneously and figure out how that's going to work out, right? But at the end of the day, you're always willing to help, whatever that looks like, without any agenda attached. And that is just what I look up to you as a business leader, because you do an amazing job. Thanks. You are a business leader of all leaders. So today's show is all about words of wisdom. Okay. And so I would love you to share words of wisdom. Doesn't have to be necessarily wrapped around business, but for our viewers today who look into this show for just guidance on just tips or words that you want to share just to our viewers.
Boy, there's so many different rabbit holes we could go down.
Pick one.
Which branch of philosophy do you want to use today? I guess, occasionally people have asked in the past about, what inspires you to do giving, I guess. And for me, I actually taught 6th and 7th grade catechism at St. Martin of Tours in Valley City.
I did not know that.
And I picked the 7th and I think it was just 7th and 8th graders, because I knew they would be smart enough to ask really intelligent questions about their faith, but also I could probably wing it a little bit if I wasn't sure, because they weren't old enough to know any better. But I tried to boil it down to, I think, 4 different things. So I'll start with maybe that branch of philosophy and work over to some different ones. But I'm going to paraphrase to save everybody the length of the discussion, but Jesus basically told everybody to love your neighbor as yourself. And I teased the boys in the class, if you don't know 1 Corinthians 13, at some point, some girl may make you read it in front of the church. But it's the part about the definition of the word love. Love is patient, love is kind, love is not these other things. And it sort of defines what that word is. In Matthew's version of the gospel, he talks about basically coming across Jesus as whether he was hungry or homeless, and people did things for him, and he said, well, whatever you've done to the least of my brothers, you've done to me. And in John's version of the gospel, Jesus washes the feet of the disciples. So I told the kids, I only need you to remember 4 things. That's it. Jesus said love everybody. 1 Corinthians gives you the definition of the word. Matthew 25 tells you how to do it, and if even Jesus got on his knees to do it, you don't have an excuse. So we've tried to impart that into our kids and who we are, and I think that probably is what reminds me that it's not about me. So
Yeah.
I think another probably word of wisdom I'll steal that I think she stole, but Saint Teresa, or Mother Teresa as she was known at the time, said if you want to know joy, it was Jesus, others, then yourself.
Oh, wow.
But I think she borrowed that from somebody else, so maybe that wasn't her original quote, but I heard it from her and that stuck with me. So
Joy.
I think if you want to know joy, that's the order in which to do it. There was also a poor man who had approached Buddha and said, I want happiness. And he said, well, take away the I, that's your ego. Take away the want, that's your desire, and all you're left with is happiness. And I think, that's the other thing that people are always looking for in life is some sort of happiness or connection or whatever. And the less you want physical things and the more you want just good things, it all just kind of manifests itself in a certain way, and it comes back to you in a good way. So I've been very fortunate that through a lot of the opportunities of doing some of the volunteering and things like that it comes back to me in positive ways. So I always think it's worth it too.
Yeah. Wow. That is awesome. Viewers, I never tell my guest that gets to sit in this seat what I'm going to ask them, because it's a conversation we have. And Ryan, thank you for, again, I
wish I had more time to think about it, but
again, I don't tell people
that's
for this
true.
reason.
She didn't.
Is because I want you to be authentic in your story, right? And you probably don't share that as often as you should, because
No, I was actually kind of embarrassed sharing it, but that's okay.
No, don't be embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed. Until next time, thank you for viewing. We are so honored that you choose to watch the Live at the Hive and each guest and hear their story and their journey in life and their careers and their words of wisdom to each of us. I learn every single day that I have the honor of being able to host and meet the guests that we have today. So until next time, toodles.